Hi, my name is Milan Milisavljevic and I'm the AVS artist in residence for January and February. First, I want to wish all my fellow violists a happy 2019 and lots of great health, wonderful times, and successes in the viola world and otherwise. I've gotten a few messages since I posted my introductory video a few days ago about some of the things I've said, and there were some questions actually about scales. I suppose it might have seemed surprising that I gave scales a certain amount of weight so as to something you can really do to increase success and improve your playing. Whatever your feelings on it, I want to propose a new way of looking at scales for you. I don't believe that scales are about intonation. I don't believe scales are about finding where things are on your instrument. I don't believe the scales are necessarily about warming up your body or fingers, although they most definitely are about those things. For me, scales are first and foremost about finding the right place inside yourself. If you can find that place within yourself at the beginning of your working day as a violist, you will be playing at a much better level, everything you put your hands on, than if you just grab your instrument and essentially expect to be in touch with it. Expect to be ready to play optimally without any preparation. I play scales because they put me in the right state of mind. They put me in a state of mind where I'm ready for success. I'm ready to get to that point where I go from thought and sound in my head to it having out there immediately with as few obstacles as possible for my listeners. Now, as for how to do this and how to get started with this routine, I recommend two things. You want to get a scale book. I use the Carl Flesch scale book, which originally was written for the violin, and Carl Flesch was a famous violin pedagogue in the first half of the 20th century. Now, I do understand that there's a little bit of controversy attached to these scales because they were originally not written for the viola, and William Primrose, for example, didn't particularly like these scales. But don't you worry about it. Mr. Primrose's issue with these scales was the universality of fingerings. Almost all the scales use the same fingerings. But I see that as a plus as far as getting yourself into a good state of mind is concerned, because it is one less thing to worry about, one less variable to have when you're practicing scales every day. So, you want to get this book. The other thing you want to get, optional but very useful, is something to use as a drone. Drones really help. Having a fifth of the scale that you're practicing play to you while you're practicing is an excellent way to ensure good intonation. And what I like about these drones is the sound is very ugly. And I like that because it is so jarring, you will have no choice but to correct your intonation immediately. So let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate how this works. You want to get your scale book out and don't be lazy. Open it and look at the scales. I look at them every day, even though I've been playing from this book, as you can see from its cover, for many years. So open the scales so you can have the music in front of you, and so that in a way your brain is absorbing the message which says, hey, now we're going to work on deep focus. Once you've been doing this for a while, it's almost like smelling bread as you walk by the bakery and getting childhood memories, or perhaps just getting hungry. It's a trigger. Opening the scale book is a trigger which says, now we're going to meditate. Now we're going to get into a state of deep focus. But for the purpose of this video, since I cannot have the book in front of me very easily, I'm going to leave the book on the table next to me. Let's get the drone started. So for this quick demonstration, I'm going to do an E flat minor scale. So you want to set the drum to B flat. Here it is. Bring my trusty viola right here. So, I want to make sure my face is relaxed. Pay attention to the space around your eye sockets, your mouth. Your shoulders are down. Your belly button is nowhere near your spine. You're relaxed. There's no tension anywhere from heel to toe. Sorry, from head to toe, that is. All right, let's get started. And so on. So there's always going to be little moments when intonation is not perfect. You gotta remain calm. I also am not trying to play with a beautiful sound. I don't think this is about that. There's other moments to work on this. I like to keep this bare bones, but not actually in a technical sense, although yes, bare bones in a technical sense, in that I don't want you to think of too many things. I want to be able to focus in that my body is working smoothly and without tension, and the amount of things that I'm paying attention to at any given time is somewhat small. It's really about the physicality of it, making sure that your left hand is moving very smoothly and slowly. I, for instance, to this day, have a habit that if I'm nervous, if I'm not feeling quite centered, my left hand is jumpy, especially when going into lower positions. So one thing that I like to work on every morning is making sure that I'm dealing with that bit of impatience. So I'm slowly getting down and I'm relaxed. Of course, not everything's going to be perfect, understandably so. You calmly correct it. This also sends a message to your brain, sort of, how am I approaching viola playing in general? Is it something where I'm proving myself? Is it something that I need to excel at all the time? Might sound silly, but think of how you're approaching the instrument. Do you get frustrated when practicing isn't going the way you like? Do you get frustrated because you cannot surmount certain difficulties and they seem like bigger and bigger obstacles in front of you? I want you to work and think about ways of calmly and efficiently approaching your instrument where your body's not standing in the way and your own thoughts are not standing in the way of how you're playing. And I find that scales are an excellent way to do this. Like I said, I work for about 25 minutes. Flash scales are organized in a certain way. It's mostly all by string at first. So you have the C major, the C string, I'm sorry, scale, like in this case, then you can play, you know. so on. I also, for instance, like making sure that my left hand is very relaxed. That's another thing that is usually a sign of a good relationship with your instrument. If you're tight in the left hand, it means you're trying. And it's another habit that I try to constructively deal with every day. I play these scales slowly, and as I work on it, I make sure that the pitches in my head are the only thing driving my fingers, and not that I'm trying to play in tune with the drone. That's not going to get you very far. It's not about teaching your fingers to fall in the right place. It's that you're tuning your head. That's what the scales are for. It's a fantastic way to get started on a productive and enjoyable day of viola playing, where you feel like you've put your mind and body in the right place so you can actually get started. Anyway, this is one of my favorite things to do on a daily basis as a violist. It's been a pleasure sharing this with you. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please leave your comments below. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.